Father has told me that you guys want a reflection on, at the beginning of the year, you want a reflection on time management and productivity. So I was thinking about how to couch the topic well, so that it represents what we want to do in the light of, we're not talking about time management in 18th century. So we're going to talk about time management in 21st century and at digital age at a time like this. So I call the topic TikTok versus TikTok, as in time ticking. Hustle smart and not hard. The art of winning with time. I've chosen this because I know we'll be able to relate with TikTok, which is about the problem now. And I'm also thinking about TikTok also, not just as next time, the app, because TikTok is also very lucrative if you know how to use it well. I don't know if any of you knows this guy. He's a recent guy now, Tock Ishake. Mama wouldn't follow him. That guy began that just about last year. He was middle of last year, but now he's about an epidemic on social media. And if he continues the way he's rising, if you place it on the statistics, on about go like this, if that by the end of the maybe middle of this year, by 6 months into this year, the guy will be making a lot of money that guys who work their ass out will never be able to make at all. What does he do? It's about time management. He has time to do some other things that he knows he wants to do. So that's why I said hustle smart and not hard, not necessarily hard. Because here they make a mad booty of my brother about killing your time. Not only every time Isakanya does not especially in the 21st century. It is not about hard work as much as it's what smart work. So as an introduction, Reverend Father Maximilian has just said, so time is one of the greatest equalizers of life. What do I mean by this? Everyone, both rich, poor, short, tall, fine, fine, they good, they good. Everybody, each and every one of us has 24 hours or every day to deal with. And in that 24 hours, we have 86,400 seconds to deal with. So every time, every day, you have the gift of 24 hours. Or nani. So it is equal to everybody. So no one has a monopoly of time. Not even the rich. Not even the poor has a paucity of time. Everybody has available to him equal time, length of time, length of reality for each day, apportioned to each one by God. And God gives us this time so that we can be fruitful in it. And so no one can say, I don't have enough time. I don't have time. Since everybody has enough time to do what he wants to do. If you read the book of Genesis, we are told that after each time that God created us, and evening came and morning came, and God saw that all he had created was good. Which includes also time. So before I begin, I want to ask us a thought-provoking question, and I want some volunteers to answer. And after that, I will begin for myself. If you had the opportunity to go back in time, or when it's something that you remember, maybe you want to change in terms of maybe the message of man, you want any opportunity to go back in time. Tell us, share with us. When you got like change so that your present can make sense to you. I don't know many of you way something like that to share. If you have an opportunity to go back in time, I rewind our clock back. Maybe you have an opportunity to go back in the past. When something that maybe you wanted to do, eventually you didn't do it because you lost time, lost out the opportunity. When you got like I don't know if you have an experience to share on that. I will just ask about two entry questions, and then we'll begin. And with something that you feel like you would want to redo or undo. But are you sharing? Is anyone sharing with us? Okay, let's hear from him.
Forgotten for youth. I would like to take myself back to after my secondary school. There was a skill that I started learning then. It was a digital skill actually. So my due to resources, in my going to secondary school for immediately. You don't have that kind of resources to build yourself to learn the skill. So I have to stop. So now maybe with time I will know how to do it. So finding myself in university, am I going at least you'll be working your name will be to be getting money to do. So let me know if I can go back to the skill. But in nature, for me to handle the school stress, handle all these things, I couldn't. Since no one mgbe m gachara secondary school ori nje omeme that time ọ bụ na m nwere at that extent m chọrọ ime na ka m imetego something baa onwe m n'ụlọ kịta because I know that thing is paying now. But due to na I don't have the resources then and yeah too I know me say I'm a kind of naive or a novice then. I don't know what to do to anchor it.
Yes.
But kịta as m chọrọ ime I'm seeing myself losing interest in it because overall the interest you were then can always kịta. So go down for it.
Okay, thank you so much for that very sincere sharing. I don't know whether another person will. Just feel free. I will share during this period. I will be sharing some of my personal experiences with you, so that's going to matter that I just didn't fall from the sky. And we another person. I know some of us are the way I'm looking at your faces now. People need to take things so people they remember things so, but they don't want to talk. They feel like say, how I want to talk this kind of thing now. For that, they look me somehow. Okay, let me talk about three things. First is that I would like to go back to. I call my Bitcoin now. You know how much Bitcoin but now? I used to know the Bitcoin but $1. For those who followed, maybe they may introduce cryptocurrency, you will know that there was a movie used to introduce it. That movie was called Dope. That movie was used to publicize Bitcoin, introducing people to cryptocurrency. I knew with cryptocurrency that Bitcoin was $1. And I kept saying, nah, scam, no more. Look at where I am. Look at where Bitcoin is. So if I have the opportunity to go back to my secondary school days, I still remember bank. Now that I'm talking about, I was moving with now Father Charles. I know bank about that movie, about the future of cryptocurrency. We felt like it was scam. Crypto now. Look at where I am. Imagine just about 5 Norokita. Okay, let us leave this one. If I have the opportunity to go back in time, I will go back to my secondary school days and take my mathematics very seriously. And look at what I'm saying it. I went back to UNN. I never studied further maths. Way back at UNN for the first time, we had no functions in mathematics. So my experience in class. Imagine a class. In my class now, if you times the age of all the places, we're about close to 600 in class. And the time said that age by 2, I touch a hand in. Even when you 10 years, their age now, touch a hand in. So imagine being in that class and then f of x equals to this. So somewhere we know that water f of x are. So and then now the f of x now copy a note. And every person on a class, first note they share. Everybody, I will just before 2 minutes they've all finished. And UNN doesn't want you to write. They're not interested in whether I may copy the note or not. The lecturer is moving forward, presuming that everybody should know this. I was the only person who didn't understand Hanako. I was in trouble. And I know that if I had taken my mathematics seriously then, if I had just gone an extra mile, I would have used it. And I need that knowledge now because the aspect I want to major in computer science is artificial intelligence, machine learning. You can't do these things without statistics, probability. You need these things. So I now have to go back in time. If I have an opportunity, I'm not sure. Now I have to pay every hour 3,000 naira so that I can learn that. If I have an opportunity to go back in time, I'll go back. I was supposed to learn C# and begin these things at a very earlier time. And I motivated people. Kuziha computer, I'm not like this. All of those guys in Kuzi computer, all of those guys are big guys in tech world. One of them is working in Germany, one is in Lagos. These guys are big guys in tech. Python now. So it's about time that I could have used well. And I kept feeling I had reasons and eventually I didn't use them. So if I have an opportunity to go back in time, these are the things I want to use the other time again and do well so that today will be okay. Or I bet you if I had done those things well, by now I'll still be a priest. These 3 things I mentioned. Not like I'm regretting them, but the experience, the mistakes I made, I'm now engineering how I use time. Now, if I want to do something, I just do it. I know me chase any advice, because once for all the mails, so this is about the one. So I'll ask another question. And take note of this question I'm asking now, so it will help you to make sense of what we're doing. So the last question will be, have you ever wished for more time in a day? Like at the end of the day, they say, God, I beg. Just give me 25. Just give me 2 hours again, I beg. If you just give me 2 hours, I go deliver God, I beg. Or men go like Chianefo, Ine Nanya Hunachifo, Egua Bagar. You be like, oh, more. In 9 o'clock like this, if 6 a.m. Nabia, and then with exam like 8 a.m. You be like, God, I beg. Can you get? Well, many go before. Good. So, why I ask this question so that we can see the different shades, how we have been able to use time and what we have been able to make out of it. So, for this talk, it's important we know that the way we use time determines to a high level the success we achieve in academics, in career, even in interpersonal relationships. They are more how you use time and apportion time to someone you love or someone you value also shows how that relationship will also be successful. Also regards to personal development. So time management is not just about doing more or about isakanya, as much as it's about doing the right things at the right time. So when we talk about management of time and productivity, we're talking about doing the right things at the right time, not about doing the right things at the wrong time or doing plenty things. If you, especially in tech, for instance, in tech, you are not known because you know a lot of languages. It's about maybe just one. You have chosen a niche for yourself and you are perfecting that and you are moving along with time, and so that you keep being relevant. So it's not about doing so many things as much as about doing the right thing at the right time in order to produce meaningful results. So when we talk about time management vis-a-vis productivity, we mean doing the right things at the right time in order to produce meaningful results. So poor time management leads to stress, one. It leads to unfinished tasks and wasted potential. You see, every human being is an embodiment of potential, infinite potentials. For instance, natural medical doctor, if I'm serious about it and work towards it, I'm a medical doctor. Natural So I'm just trying to give you a rough picture of what it means, that people can be each and every one of us has been gifted with a lot of potential. But what will determine whether those potential will come to fruition is about how you use time well. So where good time management helps individuals achieve their goals efficiently, wasted or bad use of time makes you maintain an unbalanced life, wasted life. And I'll give a particular biblical passage to support this. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 16 says, make best use of time, for the days are evil. What does it mean by the days are evil? They come back. Opportunity where you don't miss, you don't go with that. You go ever come back again. And Proverbs chapter 6 verse 6 gives us an analogy of ants, saying, always learn from the ants, which diligently prepares for the future, rather than just wasting time. I don't know if you guys know, of course we hear a lot about Elon Musk. This guy is my particular role model, more than so many men of God. Elon Musk is my role model. I don't know if you guys know so much about him. If he goes to party, he knows how to hang out, yet he's the richest man on earth. As at January 2025, he is the world's most richest man with $426 billion. $426 billion worth. So check with the guy, 426 billion. And as we're talking now, his fortunes are still growing. Every minute that guy makes thousands of dollars. Every second that guy makes thousands of dollars. It is not about making isakanya, it's about smart work that he began a lot of time. Why I'm giving you as an example is that even as a CEO, he has an option of using time anyhow. But that guy is very principled with time. He doesn't understand the concept of God. He's an atheist or believer in Jesus, got a lot of those things. But he believes in time. He believes in numbers. He believes in digits. And for him, numbers never lie. And as far as I'm concerned, in physical sciences, numbers never lie. Numbers don't deceive you. If something goes wrong with your mathematics, check the person area. Maybe something has gone wrong in the formula there. But as long as the formulas are correct and the digits are there, mathematics will never, 99.99 times, will always be correct. So he believes he's a master in time blocking. I will explain time blocking. And schedules his day in 5-minute slots for maximum productivity. I will explain these things and how you can use them. So he prioritizes high impact tasks. He knows important things he wants to do. and is able to prioritize them and place them in a level of priority, and knows which one to attack and when to do them. And so he eliminates distractions and focuses on deep work. I will explain the concept of deep work. And then, so my giving him as an example is so that we can see that we can apply his principles, so that we can structure our schedules, prioritizing important tasks and minimizing distractions in order to boost productivity and efficiency. So that's about Elon Musk. Now, why is this talk important for you guys? It is important because you now have another new year. We have 365 days, 30 days that go off already, 31 days that go off already. So we are battling with actually 330 something days, plus minus 330 something days. So that if you use these 335 days well, efficiently, and well as you're supposed to use them, you will turn out definitely better than what you are now. That's how these things work. You will turn out better than what you are now. It doesn't mean you are doing bad now. Some of us might be doing bad now, but then they probably use this 360 is a whole lot of time to change. By December, we go to look you and be like, oh, my waiting saw. Maybe this guy who they see before for church. Waiting they saw. People now say, okay, doing similar. The only point is that you have used time efficiently. So that it is important now. So for you guys, it is important you know that the habits formed now will shape your future success, whether in school, in work, or life. So this discussion will help you, one, to identify the time wasters and productivity killers in your life. So Anna Kusin made this talk. I will be giving a lot of practical examples. So Mansort told you just a lot of practical examples so that you'll be able to identify the time wasters in your own life and productivity killers in your own life. Two, you learn strategies for prioritization, goal setting, and overcoming procrastination. So if you identify those time wasters, the next level will be you now get from this talk strategies for prioritization, goal setting, and overcoming procrastination. Third, you now learn how to balance work, rest, and personal growth. So by the end of this talk, each person should be equipped with effective time management strategies to maximize productivity and live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. These are my goals for this talk. So now the first thing is to understand time. Can you have time? Because if you don't understand a thing, it will be difficult for you to relate with it and know how to handle it. I know not the time, but let us look at can you have the time man they go quick? Because some of the one colloquial father got man go here before. Now time there. You know, people like this time can't guys that's a good to now time let us look at it. Can I my time? I'll be here another nego. The first thing that we can say about time is that time is a continuous progression of existence, moving from past to present into the future. These are dimensions of time. From past to present. The past is the part of the reality that's gone behind. And then the present is the part of the reality that we are experiencing in the moment. Then the future is part of the reality that we are looking forward to. It is still in the forward. It has not yet come. So whatever we can do are things that we can do in the present. So time is a fundamental dimension in which events occur. Everything name no but not time can name, not outside time. So in a sequence, all these things happen in a sequence that is measured using clocks and calendar. So it is important you understand. Now time abro clock, or clock in time, or calendar in time. It is about you use the calendar and clock as an instrument for measuring time, so that you can abbreviate, calibrate time. So calendars and clocks help you to calibrate time. And it's important to know a calendar and they use Gregorian calendar and with different kinds of calendar. And when they for them, but the most important is that they are using with a means of calibrating time. The essence of calibrating time is so that you can break it into segments and use them efficiently. Otherwise, it will just slip away. Now, Isaac Newton calls time an independent reality that flows uniformly. So for everybody, it is a uniform experience. Now, those who are in touch with Albert Einstein's relativity theory will understand time as a particular observer's frame of reference. This is also important. I've chosen these two definitions because now, one, what is general to everybody, flowing uniformly. Second, how you're able to perceive, even though it is general to everybody. The second aspect, how do you see it? Because how you see it is important. Oh, this is time, be a basic or bad guru or not. Now, generally, time is often described as money. But in reality, time is even more valuable than money. Because why money lost can be earned again. Person we don't lose money, maybe you do online investment, some kind of thing, you can't log in, you don't see the money again. Money it go take some kind coins, digital coin. So when we a kind of deep, you can still get it back. Remember, make some kind of logistics analysis. You can the ego again. But time lost can never come back again, home and abroad. Those who have seen the movie Harry Potter, in time, it doesn't happen in real life. Once that time is gone, all gago, all miracle, nothing will bring them back again. Anything they do na damage control. So imagine, for instance, so everybody, regardless of background, has 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a week, 8,760 hours in a year. So how we use this time determines our success or failure in life. But for many young people in life, they believe that time don't know what. There is time, no one name it. Wow, the time. But the person finds himself rushing to meet a target. If in a life when you have on a rush, everything on a rush, everything all the busy. Can you on him? Only on him achieve. In no hanya flowing and 9 yourself, a day, 24 hours I go na ban, do yana. Onwere who may achieve at all for that day. It was a wasted 24 hours. Onwere who Jamie, Obro one rack oji, Raro, Obrota Maya Congo, Obrota Ogor, Onwere business women achieve. Not even $1, 1 naira by an account that day. You have not even read a single page that day. You are just moving around, floating about. But nothing is dropping in your life. So use this analogy, for instance. If you wake up every morning, I say every day account in the morning, I could get $84,600 in account. So Biko, use the chair guy. Didn't use it after 24 hours? No, my expire. One name working, one name why. You can use the chair guy or not. You can use it efficiently. Can you use it? They can every morning waiting on. I get on to this morning. I could get $84,600 in account. That's a whole lot of money. Can I be realistic? 84,600 naira in account. No, for the upkeep for the day. Nobody uses chair. Now once on at 12 p.m. Now they get expire. Because you can use the chair or not. You can use it off mark. You might use the chair. Yeah? You can pay. So you can use it. Now imagine that 84,600 naira or $84,600 to be 84,600 seconds. Now you have it. Okay, bro, if you have 84,600 seconds, just like bam, 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 like this, 84,600 times for a day. Can you achieve? So that you cannot say, I don't have time. Any person who says, I don't have time, the first sign that you have a problem with time management. Anybody who says, I don't have time and means it, that is the first sign of somebody who lacks time management. So like I said, now replace that seconds with that money with seconds. If you how much time you have. So that's it. Now, let us talk about time management and productivity. Can you cover the hub? If I can watch a hub now, I'm the practical enable time. When we say time management, who can tell us, give an idea what time management is? And when we go on, just explain it in any words. You can in the Igbo language or Pidgin or English, just briefly. You have time management. And when we go on, I want this process to be interactive. Just time management. You don't need to speak bogus English. You just need you to be, explain what you understand about time management. You were trying to.
In my own understanding, time management is the ability for one to gather all he or she wants to do in a day and
in a year.
A day,
okay,
for instance, and achieve it if you be able to give each activity a particular time, like a timetable. Okay, I'm going to study physics from 8 to 9, and I'll be able to cover up at least 20 chapters, for instance.
Okay, I like that. Let's not waste time. I like your input. The fact that you allot time, particular aspects of time to an activity, that shows consciousness of time and then time management. Okay, For me, time management is the process of organizing and planning. Organization, planning, or not just about allotting. It is first of all, you organize that time. You look at the available time. It must not be 24 hours. So it's about each activity of the name. Time management includes you look at the time that's available, you organize it, and then plan how to divide that time between different tasks efficiently. That is time management. So it involves, for you to do that, it involves understanding your priorities. My priority as a priest is different from your priority as a young guy or as a young girl. If you're a businessman, your priority as a businessman is different from my own. So you cannot be using my own paradigm of priority as your own. You look at what is your own activity. You look at your priorities, because so many things are not actually important, and they are not supposed to enjoy a place of priority in our lives. So it involves setting priorities, one, scheduling activities, and using strategies to minimize wasted time. That minimizing wasted time, at some point, you can make all the plans, but life is larger than logic. So by the end, it could be to minimize wastage of time, so that the time that you lose can be manageable. So effective time management helps individual accomplish more in less time. I'll give you an example. Yeah? To accomplish more, something that somebody might achieve in 2 weeks, if you plan yourself well and understand your priority and schedule them properly, you can be able to achieve those things in 2 hours. Nature. So accomplish more in less time, reduce stress, and achieve your goals. Now, productivity linked to time management means ability to complete tasks. Those tasks that you have been able to allot time to each. Your ability to bring them to completion efficiently and effectively. Not just efficiently, but effectively. That is what we mean by being productive. So it is not just about doing more work, but achieving meaningful results in the least amount of time. This is simply, I am used to this already, the efficiency. Now, intro tech or physics. So now, let us look at the difference between being busy and being productive. They look alike. Somebody can be busy doing nothing or busy achieving nothing. But somebody can just be a little time. Enough for now. What you need to achieve? We're going to spend the time from morning till night. Nothing. What do you need to achieve compared to that one? So a common mistake that we make is to equate busyness with productivity. Many believe that as long as they are occupied, as long as then I'm being productive. However, there's a major difference between doing many things and doing right things. Let me give an example with two persons, Ada and David. If at any point I use any name, because copyright, because I'm just using names this way in a fictitious manner just to help us understand. Now, two persons are preparing for an exam. Let us look at how they're able to study and being busy and being productive. Look at Ada's approach. Ada studies strategically, breaking her work into smaller tasks and focusing on most important topics. She schedules time to revise and ask questions, and schedules time to, and gives herself breaks to refresh her mind. So she looks at the topic, the exam, for instance, and the course outline. Okay, the topic into time. So now this topic, at this time, go on. Now topic exam. Okay, now what go Mana David feel na nyabo dogu no much. Nya na deliver bu now. David put on no me pay textbook ta. Or go on no randomly without a plan. Or be no me pay topic maybe like reproduction or go reproduction or for. On that stage or go respiratory system or like or for. On that stage or be or topic the na chemistry maybe balancing chemical equation or go. On that stage must also go carbon and its compound. On akwadokwe ibo medicine no. And now I'm medicine, for instance, need like 300 and something. It might be comfortable. He passed the exam. Between these two persons, they had the more productive. Where are they more productive? Between Ada and David, where are they more productive? And when you David, but Ada is studying smartly. Let us also bring it into business. You go to secondary school. You want to begin something. If you doesn't pay, now almost every year now on my social media, vendor, Valentine gift vendor. I'm all the same with you. almost every girl now bụ vendor. Ọ na-abụrụ cake, ọ bụrụ shoe, ọ na-abụrụ shoe, ọ bụrụ hair, ya niile. Now, let's say ụmụ na Ụkamaka and Ada. Ụkamaka, for instance, wee n'anya wee mee ha na-akpọ needs assessment ebe ọ nọ. Wee fụ na ndị niile nọ na around her bụcha these online vendors. O wee n'anya first of all, ya chọkwara ime online vendor kedu m ga-eme. O wee n'anya ndị niile bi around her, wee check ndị niile na nwere ya nwere same nọ na contact ya. Check ihe ọ dị ka ha na-need. Ama m na wata na-akpọ by needs assessment. Check chi ya niile, tinye those things online. Ụkamaka just know Valentine ruo ka anyị mee na online ya na tinye nnọọ kpaa. Kedu onye dị ka onye ga-aka make sales between Ada and Ụkamaka? Using this paradigm now, I think Ada will make sales more. Why? Because she has studied environment here, that is planning. So it's about smart work. Not just now the busy. You post every day. It's in status. It's in 10. It's in 100 status. Why don't any time you create? You may post or the rosary. The first one, my phone, you obi. Onya ma crazy. But Ada endenganya me need. Or not in your point. And because no magi need, she will just put those things they need. Maybe no nega phone at this place now. Don't I ban one. Now don't know when I like kebe. Boxers, ice cream, perfume, and all those things. Onanya tinye those things, by the time you tinye those things, inanya, you don't know one, I need the perfume. Onanya whole perfume. So wow. You need the perfume. Onanya full boxers. So all these things here need it will link up the person's mind. Oshina boxers, more perfume. Jozaga say endos on it. The difference is that Ụkamaka was not smart. Ada, the smart.